to know. Oh, yeah, we need to show. Listen, watch, and flow. You need to know.
I need to know, I need to know, I need to know. You need to know, you need to know, you need to know. We all need to know. What do you need to know? What do I need to know? What do we all need to know? I still maintain my stand. Anywhere you see the Bible contradict each other, please bring it on. So that we can do the needful, do the exegesis, the hermeneutical interpretation, and be able to study together and see the Bible does not contradict each other, but they complement each other. It now depends on how you read it out of context, or you put your own thinking, your thought that this is what the Bible is saying. Bible is supposed to be the one to suggest to you. You don't suggest to the Bible. Another verse that someone sent to me, the book of Matthew 24, verse 34. Matthew 24, 34. And the book of 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8 to 9. 2 Peter 3, 8 to 9. We need to understand very well that this is a major eschatological text. This is one of the major eschatological texts paired together, often cited as if they contradict each other. There's no contradiction. When you handle carefully the book of Matthew 34, verse 30, Matthew 24, verse 34, and the book of 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8 to 9, actually addresses two different issues. Many a times when you are saying Bible contradict each other, maybe because of the language used in one text and they also use it in the same text. But however, they may sound the same spelling, the same words, but different in meaning. So actually, these two Bible passages addresses two different issues. The timing of signs versus the patience of God. The timing of signs. When they came to Jesus, that tell us when this thing is going to happen. So the timing of signs, that's the book of Matthew 24, verse 34. And the patience of God, the book of 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8 to 9. So this is a classical eschatological tension. And it is only look like a contradiction if we ignore the audience. If you ignore the audience, if you ignore the language, if you ignore the time perspective, you'll be thinking is contradicting each other. So patiently, let's walk through it carefully. It can have part 2 because I need to be able to explain in details step by step. Let's read the book of Matthew 24, verse 34. Jesus is the one talking when the disciple came to him. And Bible said, verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. This generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. When you now go to the book of 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8 to 9, this is what Peter said. Jesus was the one talking in the book of Matthew, and Peter was the one speaking here. It says, one day is the Lord as 1,000 years. That is, if you are with God, just like a day, it would like be 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. So the Lord is not slack concerning his promises, but is long-suffering. Is long-suffering towards all. Towards all. The Lord is not slack concerning all his promises, all his prophecies, but is long-suffering towards us. So let's see the apparent contradiction that people thought that the Bible contradicts each other. Jesus sound eminent. The apparent contradiction, Jesus sound eminent. This generation, says this generation, that is, Peter explained about the delay. God is not slow. He is patient. It's not that God doesn't want to perform what he promised, but the reason why the delay is because he wants everybody to come to repentance. Jesus seems to say the end will happen within generation. So some people think that within this generation, the end will come. Peter says God's timing does not follow human measurement. So the way we measure time is different from the way God measures his own timing. Jesus sound eminent. This generation, Peter explains about delay. God is slow. God is not slow. He is patient. So did Jesus predict an event that failed to happen on time? Can it possible that Jesus will predict and will never happen? Is it possible? So did Jesus mean soon, or is the delay expected? Did Jesus mean soon, or the delay expected? So when you now go to the interpretation, that is, there are three key words that you need to understand in these Bible verses. Because many a times we just read the Bible as if we are reading a novel or we are reading a newspaper. No, Bible have its own language. Bible have its own language. It have its own audience, and it have its own time perspective. So until you understand and you go back and see it where the author sat, what they saw, and why they wrote all those things. So you do exegesis, where you evacuate, so that you'll be able to understand what the Bible is talking about. Let's look at the hermeneutical keys. The hermeneutical keys, let me give you 3 of them, so that we put part 1 down. So tomorrow we continue with part 2. What does this generation mean? What does this generation mean? The Greek word Guinea. It can mean people living at the same time. That is generation. The generation can mean people living at the same time. A type of people, that is unbelieving generation. Number 3, a race or people or group, especially Israel. This is context determine usage. You must understand that context determine usage. So you must be able to know what does this generation mean, which is people living at the same time, a type of class, a type or class of people, a race or lineage, the generation that sees certain signs. That's why it says this generation, these people, this class of people, this race, this lineage, this generation that see the signs. Context determines the meaning. That's why I say context determines the usage, how you use some word, how you are able to know. So when you understand this thing, you'll be able to understand that there's no place that Bible contradicts each other. When you study it word for word, the book of Matthew 24:34 says, "Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass." That's the key word. This generation shall not pass till all these things shall be fulfilled. But Peter said, one day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is like a day. So therefore, the Lord is not slack concerning his promises, his prophecies, but he is long suffering towards us. He wants us to be born again. He doesn't want us to perish. That's why there is still a delay. So tomorrow we continue with part 2 and conclude by the special grace of God. There is no place that Bible contradicts each other. And if you think Bible contradicts each other, I challenge you, bring it out, and we do some exegesis and hermeneutical interpretation. God bless you. Shalom.